What's up, guys? Hey. I feel like it's been a while since I've done this, but it's probably only been like 2 days. It's Thursday. It is 4:50 right now. On my way home. I had a dentist appointment today. I was asking one of the teachers on Tuesday, I was like, hey, know any good dentists in the area? Because I need a dentist to get this dealt with. And she's like, Tova's husband. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot he's a dentist. So I called them up and I was like, hey, can you check out my teeth? They're a mess. They're like, sure, how's Thursday morning? And I was like, I guess that'll work. That'll do. So I asked the sub that was already in my class, and I knew she was there on Wednesday, and I knew she wanted to be there today and Friday because she just wants to do the whole week. Like, she basically just wants to be an in-house sub, which is what we all want, but not sure if the school can afford it at this time. But anyway, so she was already in my class because she was subbing for Rosie until Tuesday, and I was like, so want to come in on Thursday? She's like, yeah, sure, what time? So my appointment is at 10:20, so I was like, how about 10? And then she's like, how long do you want me to stay for? And I was like, it's gonna be quick, like, you know, maybe half an hour. And she's like, well, it's like it takes her she lives in the Northeast, so she's like, well, it takes me half an hour to drive here and then half an hour to drive back, so I want it to be I want the time to be worth it for me, so I don't want to do anything less than an hour. I was like, okay, how about a couple hours? And she's like, how about we just do it until 12:30, because then I have a break from 12:30 to 1, so we'll just do it until 12:30, and then I was like, sure, sounds good. So and then later that night, I realized that we had a field trip on Thursday. So that was, yeah. But because she was doing Raisy's maternity leave, so she'd already been there, she had already done this specific field trip because each class does it, and they go once a month, and like the classes take turns. So she had already done this field trip this year. So I was like, by the way, we're going on a field trip. Thanks, bye. So we didn't leave until like 11, so it worked out. And then they came back at like probably around 12:30, maybe a little bit earlier. It was like hectic this morning because it's always nuts the morning of a field trip, because we only had a couple parents that could drive. So we only had like maybe 10 kids that could fit in like all the parents' cars that were driving. And we have 20 kids. So Tova was stressing out this morning. And all the kids have to bring in, like the kids that their parents aren't driving. Ooh, you fell. If their parents aren't driving, then they have to drop off a booster or a car seat. So that's like also really stressful just during carpool time. So during carpool, I'm like, hey, we're going on a field trip today because half the parents forgot. We need a booster or a car seat. So then we have to schlep all the car seats in, and then they're not labeled, so then I had to go and label all of them, and one of them I could not figure out whose it was. I'm still not entirely sure, but I'm assuming someone took it home, so I'm sure someone figured out whose it was. So that was craziness. And then I was only there for a little bit, and then I was like, 10 o'clock, okay, time to go. So I go to the dentist, and it was really funny because I have to like fill out all these forms because I'd never been there before. And then I give them back to her, and she's like typing out all the stuff, and she goes, how did you hear about us? I was like, oh, I work with the dentist, like I work with his wife. She's like, oh, Tova, awesome, great. I was like, yeah. That's funny. And then, so then I did that, so they x-rayed my teeth. Like, they literally they did what I asked them to do. I knew what the result was gonna be, but I still needed to just get it done. It's really annoying because it cost money. They x-rayed my teeth. I have an abscess on my gums, right above this tooth, this guy. And it's weird because I remember also the dentist that I went to over a year ago, when they looked at it, they asked her, like, oh, did you have any, like, trauma to your tooth? Did you fall? Did you bump it on something? I was like, No, like I never, like I literally just woke up one morning and had a giant mass on my gums. And then today also they're like, did you have any trauma to it? Did you hit it? Did you knock it on something? I was like, nah, nope. They're like, weird, okay. But yeah, so I have an abscess. So I think what happened was they screwed up my whatever cavity thing, and it was so weird because they were looking at it at the x-ray, and he's like, it doesn't even go that deep. I don't know why they did that. Like, that dentist definitely screwed up, because now I've gone to 2 different dentists that are like, yeah, they messed up your tooth, so that sucks. But yeah, so he gave me a prescription for amoxicillin. I just realized I have like hair sticking up there. For amoxicillin, which is like penicillin, I think he said, but I don't really know what it, I forget. So, and the pills are huge. They're like that big. That's an exaggeration, but they're big. So I have to take 2 a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night. But because I got it today, I have to take 2 tonight. So I have to do that for 10 days. And then I have to get a root canal, which I already knew, but it's so fun to hear it. So he referred me to like his guy that's like in the area. But like he did, and it's like, it's expensive and I don't have insurance. Then I told my mom, I was like, hey, I need a root canal. Do you want to come visit me and take care of me? She's like, nah, it's too far. She's like, it's a bit of a schlep. And I was like, well, it doesn't have to be right this minute. Like, what about in January? Because I probably am not gonna, December's just gonna be crazy, as I've already mentioned a bajillion times. December is just nuts, and it's like already almost over. It's a weekend, but it's not almost over, but that's okay. I was like, what about like in January sometime? She's like, do you want me to come for it? I was like, yes, please. And she's like, maybe you can take like a long weekend or something, come down to Florida and get it done. So I might be doing that, because I really don't want to do it by myself. Like, I already told you about this. I don't want to do that. So then that only took like, the dentist took maybe half an hour and all. So then I was like, okay, now I have 2 hours before I have to go back to work, like really 2.5 hours. Now what do I do? So I went to Giant, I went shopping, I filled my prescription. I went back home to put my groceries away, and then I went to Target and got some stuff, and then I went to school, and even then I was still a little bit early, but I was like, I have nothing else to do. So yeah. So I bought some stuff at Target. I'll show it to you later, because I don't have it right now. It's in my trunk. I got, so basically at Giant, they have a pretty decent, like, just Hanukkah section. It's kind of expensive, but they have some good stuff there. And they have the like the Hanukkah gingerbread house thing, like you build a gingerbread house, but it's like Hanukkah themed instead of Christmas themed. So I got one of those, and I'm gonna mail it to Lauren. Because basically I saw it, because Lauren, you know Lauren. Do you know Lauren? I don't know if I've ever told you about Lauren. She's in North Carolina, and she like wants to do Hanukkah stuff, but she's like, there's nothing here. Like, she's been to a bunch of different stores, and she eventually found a couple things at Bed Bath & Beyond, and there were some weird things there that I'd never seen that were like really just out there and cool, and I was like, I would want that. But so she does have a menorah. She got that. She got it's like a build your own menorah thing. It was kind of cool. So she has that, but she like couldn't find a lot of decorations and stuff. So when I saw that, I was like, can I send this to you, please? I really want to send it to you. And she also said that she gets to decorate her school for Hanukkah, which is exciting. She's not even Jewish, guys. Do you know that? I'm sure you know that about her. She's into the Judaism thing, thanks to me. It's cool. I'm trying to get her involved at the Chabad there. Like, I basically told Musia, because she's not one to like reach out to them, although she tried emailing one time like a while ago, but I feel like it must have been an old email or something. She's like, they never responded, so now I'm scared. So I told Musia, because she knows Lauren, I was like, she wants to like get involved, do you know the rabbits in there, can you have her reach out to Lauren? So hopefully she's doing that. And yeah, what was I saying? Oh, so I told Lauren, I was like, can I send you this? Like, seriously, give me your address, I'm gonna mail you this. She's like, yes please, here's my address, also send me any other decorations you don't want. So I kind of bought a few things to send her, and I'm gonna make a little box for her and then mail it. Guys, have you ever done this? Parallel parked on the left side of a street. I've had to do it a few times because it's Philly and there are a lot of one-way streets, so like you can park on the left side of the street. It's not weird, but it's still like, I haven't had to do it in a while, so now I just feel really like, it's hard. I don't know how to explain it, but it's very difficult to do. That's it. See you later, losers.